Hey there, thanks for joining me today. Welcome to March of 2023. So March is a one universal month, and you know what that means, don't you? Yeah, the one means it's go time. After kind of a bit of a dodgy energy in February, which is a little bit of a lower vibration, March proves to be a lot faster by nature. So last month, we were busy releasing that which didn't work for us anymore. So by clearing out that emotional, mental, physical clutter around us in our lives, we were essentially creating space for spirit to bring us something really new and important in March of 2023. So you want to get ready for a new surge of energy because it's going to be great. So anytime we move into a one vibration, we're actually being asked to embrace that go time energy, right? So this is while we're planting seeds with intention. This is the beginning of a new cycle within the 7 universal years influence. So that's a bit of a contradiction, don't you think? So how does then the 7 universal year affect a 1 universal month? Well, let's take a look at that. Well, this month may feel a little bit like a bit of a push-pull, tug-or-toe kind of an event because March's one vibration is going to be pushing us to go, right? While the 7 universal year vibration is going to be asking us to pause and to think before we leap. Oh my God, yet another contradiction, right? We've been having a few of these lately. So the featured numbers this month are the 7, which is our universal year because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. And then we have the 1 universal month. Now the 1 universal month is when we take March, which is a 3, add that to the 7 universal year, which is the 7, we have 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. Go time energy, right? And for this reason, these are both odd numbers, right? The 1 and the 7, those are odd numbers rather than even numbers. And for this reason, it's going to require some time to be reflective and introspective and analytical. That's that 7 influence, while considering the next move, right? The next opportunity we're looking to take on. That relates to the number 1, of course. So the 7 universal year is the more dominant energy, if you will. It's the one that's kind of in your face. It's the one that you're definitely going to feel the most. The one that you're going to feel absolutely most, of course, is your personal year. But right now we're just talking about the universal year and the universal month. So the 7 universal year is more dominant energy than the 1 universal month is. So we need to look at these energies almost like they're ingredients that we're going to put into a recipe to create the finished product. Now, let me tell you, cooking is not my thing, but hear me out here. I think I have a good recipe for you to follow. All right. The 7 universal year is an energy that asks us to slow down, pace ourselves a little bit, get a little bit quiet. It's asking you to reflect upon where you're at and where you've been and where you want to go. It's asking you to go inward and gain some insight from your higher self. So this requires you to be a little quiet. Step away from the noise of life and make your journey your first priority this year. So it is kind of all about you this year. Get out of your head, get into your heart, right? Don't make any big decisions this year while you are too invested in your head. I can't stress that enough. This is not a good year to be, drawing a line in the sand to say, this is what I'm going to do. Have some flexibility, pause long enough to think about things a little bit before you move forward. Now I've said, don't think, get into your heart, try to make your decisions from your heart center. So now let's add a dash of the 1 universal month. Now this is going to be asking us to embrace the energy that you're going to be getting under the 1 influence. You're not going to see this influence again until December of this year of 2023, right? So you want to pay attention to those new ideas that have been kind of rolling around inside your head. And I want you to think about what you want to start. Research your projects, but don't commit 100% to them just yet. This is a fact-finding mission month, okay? So it's focused on starting something new, but thinking about what it is you want to start, okay? So now that we've got that perfect recipe, what can we expect the finished product to even look like if we've taken all these necessary steps? Well, if you have followed the recipe as directed, followed it correctly, you took your time while blending just enough of the 7 with the 1, you should have a month that's going to be a lovely blend of quiet reflection with a healthy dose of anticipation of new things to come. That's the best we can hope for, right? If allowed to simmer, you will feel no need to rush into anything. Rather, you're going to be taking your time to see what feels right, heart center, right? What feels right. So there's no need to turn up the heat. Just allow the month to ripen with renewed enthusiasm for what's to come. That's the goal for March of 2023. So this is the spring, right? So your ideas have been planted. You've given birth to the ideas. So let the natural rhythm of the universe nurture your plans while allowing them to mature in divine timing. Now, I want to remind you, you want to check out the Clarity Seekers community on my website, AnnPerryNumerologist.com. Check it out because this month I've got some kick-ass guests coming in. I always have kick-ass guests. Who am I kidding? But this month I'm super excited because I've got Laura Warren. She's a world-renowned psychic medium. And check her out at laurawarrenmedium.com. And she's going to be coming in to teach us how to create a spiritual practice, one that you can really easily commit to. You know how we start those things and then we forget about them, or they get too difficult, or time doesn't allow for it. She's going to help us to blow through all of that and create a really excellent spiritual practice for ourselves to push us forward in 2023. I've also got the extraordinary Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden coming back. Nancy Jean, she's going to be teaching us all about creating personalized grids. Understanding what the crystals are for, how do we place them, how do we use them, how do we activate these grids. It's going to be an amazing program, but you've got to be a member of the Clarity Seekers community. So check it out on my website at AnnPerryNumerologist.com. So until then, I'm hoping that you are creating your best day ever. See you later, guys. See you next month. Bye for now.